Is my ex trying to make me jealous? My name is Coach Adrian, and having worked with people all over the world who are trying to bounce back after a breakup, a separation, or a divorce, I know that many times it can be extremely difficult to deal with your ex's behavior. You are constantly triggered by what your ex says or does. In some cases, I've seen people who are unable to control themselves and they continuously check up on what their ex is doing. So, for instance, you may be reading too much into what your ex is listening to on Spotify, or the fact that your ex is still using your Netflix account, or you may be tracking their phone because they still are letting you track their devices or their location. And you then have a tendency to just be reading way too much into certain things. You feel like your ex is maybe trying to make you jealous or sending you subliminal messages, and it triggers you. And ultimately, it prevents you from moving forward after a breakup. Again, I'm not asking you to move on, but I do need you to move forward past the negativity, the sense of despair and desperation, because that's not going to help you reach your goals. So, yes, many times your ex is indeed trying to get to you, trying to see if you still care, trying to get you to react, or they're still caught up in old patterns of behavior that perhaps they got used to during the relationship. And as you know, what truly matters is not so much what they're doing, because we cannot control that. What matters is what you choose to do and how you react to what your ex does. And ultimately, if you continue to focus on what you can control and not on what your ex is doing, you're going to be able to set the tempo. This is a term that I've used quite a bit and a concept that is very important for you to understand. The more you are setting the tempo, the more you are focused on what you can control, the more likely it is for your ex to react, to take steps towards you, to be influenced by your change. And the more you are focusing on what your ex does and trying to figure out if they're trying to make you jealous, the more likely you are to, quite frankly, or quite simply, react to what they're doing to come off as desperate or to basically let them control your psyche and your mindset. And that is not a winning recipe when we are trying to rebuild a relationship. Ultimately, though, it is a good sign because it shows that your ex is still thinking about you. Your ex is still seeking your validation. They still care. And we can really, truly rebuild from there. But I know that it's not easy because, of course, you're still affected by this person that you love, that you care for, and by what they do. But I need you to trust the process, and I need you to be focused more on moving forward rather than on seeking their validation or trying to engage in petty behavior back and forth that won't ultimately help you rebuild trust and a healthy foundation to rebuild the type of relationship that you truly want to be in with this person that you love. The reality of one moment is not the reality of the next. So no matter how the breakup happens, no matter what type of dynamic you may find yourself in at this time, know that it is possible for you to continue to detach and to grow and to set yourself up for a healthy dynamic. And even if you're triggered right now, it doesn't mean that you will continue to be triggered in the future. So be patient with yourself, give yourself grace, but still continue to strive for the standard that we are discussing here and that we're aiming for, setting the tempo and focusing on what you can control. This will help you to take control of the process of breakup recovery and ultimately to get your ex to realize how much they do care, how much they do miss you, and to also, of course, seek your attention the right way, in a way that is constructive. That is what fighting the good fight looks like, and that is what I am hoping that you will be able to focus on in the days and weeks and months to follow. So, as always, thank you so much for your trust. Please leave your thoughts, your comments, your concerns, and your victories in the comment section below. And I wish you only the best moving forward. Take good care.